Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. So, as we are studying the Bhagavad Gita topics, we are in the ninth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a divine conversation happened between Krishna and Arjuna. And in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Arjuna was not ready to fight, at the time he was put into the dilemma state whether to fight or not. Though after assembling in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he came there to fight, but after assembling there, the war is about to begin, but at the time, he was put into a dilemma whether to fight or not. Then he is surrendering to Krishna, and Krishna is instructing all the kind of yoga, which is the Sankhya Yoga, then Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and he is instructing all these the various ways how he has to do his duty, how he has to surrender the results, how he has to perform bhakti, remembering Krishna all the time. So it is not only for Arjuna, it is via Arjuna, every one of us, we get an opportunity to learn Krishna's teaching. Okay, so as we seen, this Bhagavad Gita is further subdivided into three sections. The 700 slokas been spread across 18 chapter, and the 18 chapter, this further subdivided into a three section, which is first six chapters are called Karma Yoga section of it. The next six chapter are called the Bhakti Yoga section of it. The last six chapter is called Jnana Yoga. Okay, so we are in the important section of the Bhakti Yoga. So in that Bhakti Yoga also, very, very important section which we are in, exactly the center of it, which is the 9th and 10th chapter. Okay, so that we already seen last week. If you see, this 9th chapter is called the most confidential knowledge, correct? We have already seen, the confidential knowledge is taught in the second and third chapter, which is talking about knowledge of the spirit, soul, body, useful for liberation, which is useful for liberation. That is the confidential knowledge. Then more confidential knowledge is talked about in the initial section of the Bhakti Yoga section of it, which is chapter 7 and 8, which is talking about knowledge of the absolute and how to attain the supreme, correct? By engaging those knowledge. Okay, that is more confidential. Then the most confidential is chapter 9 and 10, which is talking about the most confidential knowledge and how we can go back to Godhead. So that is the reason this is the most important section of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so please, because it is talking about the activities of the soul, how this soul can go back to Godhead by understanding the knowledge of the absolute, by attaining the supreme, by performing the bhakti. So all those things are being explained in this particular chapter. So very, very important chapter, 9th chapter. Okay, the most confidential knowledge. So it is confidential, more confidential, and the most confidential. Chapter 2 and 3 is called confidential. Chapter 7 and 8 is called the more confidential. The most confidential is a chapter 9 and 10, because it talks about pure unalloyed devotion. What is unalloyed devotion? Anyone can say? Yeah. What is unalloyed devotion?
Without any deviation.
Yeah, without any
No deviation.
Without any deviation, that is fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, what is unalloyed? That is fixed devotion. Without any deviation, you go to the path. But unalloyed, without any expectation or without any we do many a times the business with Lord, correct? Okay, Lord, you do this one, I will do this puja, please you give me this dhanam, or okay, Lakshmi, or all those things, correct? We will have one or the other way, the prayers to the Lord has to be always us please keep me under your shelter, and please keep me bhakti in any form of the human being, or like any form if I take, okay, be it an ant or be it an elephant or be it a dog or be it a human being, please give me devotion, give me the bhakti. That is the only prayer which we have to do to Lord. We don't need to ask like other things such as, okay, please give me the good education, please give me like the good money, like the good wealth. That comes automatically if you do bhakti in a proper manner towards Lord. So always like a pray, Krishna, please like a keep me under your shelter, and please like a never let me leave bhakti, devotion. That is what like a important aspect like a which we have to ask Lord every time. Okay. So this most confidential knowledge we have seen last week, two slokas, okay, which is the first sloka is talking about who can receive this bhakti, who are eligible to get this particular knowledge, correct? Who is eligible to get this knowledge? The most confidential knowledge, who who
Who is not envious of the Lord, Prabhu?
exactly. What is the meaning of envy, which we have elaborately seen? Are we all envy of
Um,
the Lord or no?
yes, to certain extent, because he's the ultimate one who enjoys, and we are only in a temporary world where it is dukkhalayam ashashvatam.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. As long as we are having this tendency to enjoy, we are having envy towards the Lord, because Lord is the only master. He is the supreme controller. He is a supreme master. He is the only one like who can enjoy. But what we do many a times, I am the controller, I am the master, I have to enjoy. So likewise, we are getting polluted. We are getting like okay, our false ego getting predominant. Okay, and we are forgetting our real identity, knowingly or unknowingly many times. So that is how we always being envy of the Lord, and that envy only like keeping us into this material world. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam.
Punarapi maranam.
Yeah. So
Punarapi
birth
janani
of,
jఠరే
yeah,
శయనం.
correct. So the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease, we are getting like a rotated. We often forget like many people don't know okay what is their purpose of the life, how to get out from this material world. They think that okay, having money, having wealth, having the fame, having a good family, having good job is the only motto of the life or goal of the life. Okay, so they say okay, this is the life, enjoy to the fullest, spend as much as possible, and enjoy, go for anything whatever you want to achieve. So this is how like the whole world is getting entangled. But uh, that has to be like a introspected, and we have to understand the real purpose of the life. So that is what we have seen here. Who is eligible to receive this knowledge? What is the qualification to receive this knowledge? Anasuyave, free from the envy. Okay, how we have to receive? We have to have proper hearing. So like we mentioned, the third and fifth chapter, most of the things are like a same, whatever concept, the karma yoga concept like a same. The similar manner, seventh and ninth chapter almost like a similar. So in the seventh chapter, like what is the first loka? 7.1.
Tashrunu.
Yeah, Tashrunu. So when he start about the Bhakti Yoga, Lord is saying like till now, Krishna is speaking, Arjuna is listening. But when he is starting the Bhakti Yoga, he is saying like a Tashrunu. Okay, hear it properly because I'm going to talk about more confidential knowledge. Here also he is saying, I am talking most confidential knowledge, so properly hear it. Okay. Then what is the benefit of like a hearing that? Relief from the miseries of this material existence. Okay, we don't need to uh, take birth and rotate in this particular material world. We can get out. Okay, so that is what this loka represents. What? we already seen. One more time we'll see. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Idam tu de guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave jnanam vijnana sakitam yajnatva moksheshe asubhat. So Ashubhat means from the miserable material existence, we can get the liberation, we can get the release, like a moksheshe, yajnatva, like a by knowing. What to know? Jnanam and Vijnana Sakitam. Okay. What is Jnanam? It is a knowledge, and Vijnana means like a realized knowledge. How we have to do? Pravakshyami. Because I am speaking to who? Anasuyave, one who is non-envious. Okay. So he's saying, I am speaking to you because you are non-envious. Guhyatamam. This is very, very confidential knowledge. This is the most confidential knowledge. Many a times we will think, okay, oh, that information is the most confidential knowledge. No, this Bhagavad Gita is the most confidential knowledge, which can be received only by the person who is not having envious. So, in some or the other way, we have been chosen by the Lord because some or the other way, like hey, we are little envy, but we are less little envy compared to others. So the reason we are getting the opportunity to receive the knowledge, this to receive this knowledge. So please have that, have this important knowledge, like okay, have it accepted, have it received like in a proper manner, and please make use of it. It is like okay, knowing is one thing, but applying in our real life is the major thing. Okay, so knowing alone will not take you to the destination. We have to practice it, we have to apply in our real life. So that is very, very important. So we are getting this knowledge, don't misuse it, or like a don't waste this opportunity. So this is what like anasuyave is so important, which is what is the meaning of anasuyave?
The one who is not envious.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So this important sloka. Next sloka is very, very important, which we have already seen. This knowledge is like okay, Raja Vidya, Raja Gugyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam, Pratyaksha Dharmyam, Susukam Kartum Avyayam. So this is Raja Vidya. This is a king of education. Then it is Raja Guhyam. It is confidential. It is not very easily available. So in the first sloka also Krishna says it is Raja Guhyam. Sorry, it is what is that? Uh, Idam te tu
Guhyatamam.
Gukyatamam. Yeah. Here
Yeah.
also he is saying Raja Guhyam.
Rajagruhyam. Yeah.
So both are like it is very, very confidential, and it is Pavitram. It is the purest. It is Idam Uttamam. It is the topmost. Okay. Uh, then
Mere
Pratyakshaga
Paul.
Avagamam Dharmyam. Dharmyam means it is a religious thing. Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Okay, so one who is this is everlasting, and while we perform, we have to get the happiness, and we have to perform happily all these devotion services. So this Susukam has two meaning. What is that?
While doing also, you have to be happy.
Yeah.
While after performing also, you have to be happy.
Yeah. So while doing the devotional service, you have to do it in a happy mode. Okay, you have to do it in a very joyous mode. Doesn't you don't need to do any devotion service. Okay, in a very oh this guy like this devotee pushed me into this seva. I have to do it like hey, just to satisfy him. No, you have to do in a happy manner. Okay, if you are unable to do it in a happy manner, better not to do it. So while performing the devotion service, we have to be performing with a happy mood, and after performing that devotion service, you will get happiness. This is what two hidden meanings of like a susukam. So while chanting, we shouldn't say that okay, oh I have to finish my 16 rounds. Okay, I am forced to do that because I make a commitment to my Guru Maharaj. No, you perform in a happy manner, chant the holy name, because holy name, Lord is present, all his energies in the holy name. Namna Makari Baguja Nija Sarva Saktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaga Yeda Trishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrisha Mihana Nujanaga. So what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Lord, you invested your all energy into this holy name, but there is no rules and regulations even to chant this holy name. Because you can chant the holy name even in the bathroom or like a restroom or while traveling, etc., while sleeping also. But how unfortunate that I am not having the attachment or taste for this holy name. Who is saying this? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Sri Radha Krishna in the form of a devotee, to show the world, okay, how to perform the Sankirtana Yajna. He is saying like that, then what to speak of us? So we have to do the chanting and other devotion service in a happy manner, and after doing that service, you will get happiness. That is what the Susukam means. Okay, Susukam. Kartum Abhyayam. So these two slokas we have seen already last week. So Rajavidya Rajakugyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaka Avagavam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Very, very important sloka, this both the slokas. Because ninth and 10th chapter, many slokas will come as a remembrance or like a by heart sloka. Okay, then the next sloka, 9.3. Ashradanaha Purusha Dharmasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. So, Shraddha means like a faith. Asraddha Nahaha means faithless. Purusha, which is such persons. Dharmasyasya, okay, toward the process of religion. Parantapa. Parantapa means, oh, killer of the
Arjuna.
enemy. Who is Parantapa?
Arjuna.
Arjuna, yeah, very good. Aprapya, without obtaining, like a propya means you will get, aprapya means without obtaining. Mam, without obtaining Krishna, nivartante, like, okay, come back. Because they are not having faith, so they will come back to this, okay, this mrityu, death, samsara, in this material existence on the path. So those who are not faithful in this devotion service cannot attain me. So in the first sloka, what he says, by hearing this knowledge and executing this knowledge, one who is not having envious, they don't need to come back to this material world. And the second sloka, he is saying, what is that confidential knowledge, okay, and how it has to be performed. But in the third sloka, he says, one who is not having faith in this devotion service, they will never be able to attain Krishna, and they will come back to this material world, this dukale mashashvatam, again and again. That's what Krishna says. Okay, those who are not faithful, yeah. So again, I will say, in the first sloka, Lord says, what is the confidential knowledge and who can receive it? What is the benefit of receiving it? Everyone understood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So the second sloka, he says, why this confidential knowledge has to be understood? Because it is Raja Vidya, it is Raja Kugyam, it is Pavitram, it is Uttamam, it is Pratyaksha, it is a Dharmyam, okay. And how it has to be performed? Susukam, like it has to be performed in a joyful manner, and while after performing, we will get the joyful joy, happiness, and it is everlasting, okay. So he talked about this confidential knowledge. Then in the third sloka, he is saying, one who is not performing this confidential knowledge, what they will be getting it, okay. First, they will never be able to reach Lord. The faithless person in the devotional service will never be able to reach Krishna. That is one thing. Second thing is, they will come back to this samsara, mrityu, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. They will come back and being in the rotation, this 14 planetary system, going back and forth, up and down, again and again, which we don't want to do it any time in our life, correct? We have to do the devotional service all the time, and we have to get back to our original position. We have to go out from this material world. But if you are not having faith in Krishna, in devotion service, then we will never be able to go back to Godhead. We will never reach Krishna, and we will be in this material world again and again. Hope you all got it like this 3 sloka, because this is very, very important sloka, which almost every day we have to remember all these sloka. At least like the concept, what Krishna says. I pause here, like just let me know how you understood and any clarification needed or any anything you want to discuss. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Nothing much, Prabhu. It's all very clear.
Okay, fine. Okay, very good. But we have to remember and practice in our devotional service every time. Okay, every day. That is very, very important.
Yes.
This sloka is very important, like a 4.31.14. What it says, like yada taror mula nishchena trapyanti tat skanda bhujay pakshaka prano paharaha yatendriyana tataiva sarvarham achyujate. By giving water to the root of a tree, one satisfies its branches, twigs, and leaves, and by supplying food to the stomach, one satisfies all the senses of the body. Similarly, by engaging in the transcendental service of the Supreme Lord, one automatically satisfies all the demigods and all other living beings. Okay, so how for a tree we will not water, okay, its branches separately, its leaves separately, twigs separately, correct? We water the root, and from the root all the energy goes to all the other parts of the body of the tree, correct? The similar manner, we are not feeding our fingers separately, hands separately, nose separately, and like okay, eyes separately, correct? We are feeding the food to the stomach, and the stomach, like okay, all the digestive system works properly and it gives the energy required by all the other parts of the body. Likewise, if we do the devotional service to the Supreme Lord, which is Lord Sri Krishna, then we are satisfying all the other things, okay, charity and other things. Which sloka we saw this particular topic? If you do the devotion service, all other things been covered. Recently we have seen. Let's see who remembers this. Let's see who remembers. Recently we have seen. If you do devotional service, you don't need to worry about any other thing. This is sloka 8.28. Okay. A person who accepts the path of devotion service is not bereft of the results derived from studying Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerity, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. So, by just chanting or doing the devotional service, we are doing studying of the Vedic literature, Vedas, then performing sacrifice. It doesn't mean that okay, you call the priest and do the puja at home. No, by just sitting in the home chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is equivalent to performing an yajna or sacrifice. Then undergoing austerities like whatever you do, the Ekadashi Vrata and other things, okay? Then giving charity and pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. All these things are covered if we do the devotion service. How great that devotion service which Krishna is instructing us to do. Hope everyone understood, correct? This is very, very important topic. By just doing the devotion service, what is the devotion service? Is only chanting the devotion service, or what? Chanting is part of the devotion service?
No, Prabhu. Whatever we do, we should surrender to Krishna. Whatever the activity in day to day we are doing,
Yeah.
that should
Then
be
it becomes
performed keeping Krishna in mind.
exactly. So whatever activity you are performing, if you include Krishna in the center, then it becomes devotion service. For example, you are going out to the vegetable market to buy the groceries, correct? If you think, okay, I need this item, then it is not devotion service. If you think, okay, I am going to offer very nice boha for Lord, so I have to get something to prepare all these nice boga, so let me go to the market, then it becomes devotion service. If you think, okay, I am cleaning the house because my friends are visiting, I want to show them my opulence, it is not a devotion service. If you are thinking, okay, I am welcoming Krishna because Krishna is residing in my home and he will come with other demigods to my home all the time, so let me keep the house clean, then it becomes devotion service. So you can interpret and keep including Krishna in all the activity, then it becomes by default devotion service. You don't need to worry about that. Okay, so that is what been mentioned here. If we do the devotion service, it is equivalent to studying Vedas, performing sacrifices, performing austerity, and giving charity, and pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. So that is what been mentioned here. Simply by doing devotion service, all other things, by serving Krishna, everyone else will be happy. Because Krishna is present in every one of us as what is that? Krishna is
Kshirodakashaya Vishnu.
Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. Yeah, correct. Okay. Hare Krishna. So 9.4. Very, very nice sloka. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina मत्सानि sarvabhutani nachaham te savastita. What is the meaning of avastita? We commonly say na avastita, like okay, we are that avasthai
Living,
or uh,
living,
not living. It is
It
avasthita
is a
means like
position
okay,
in a
Ishtita,
situation.
yeah. We are getting tortured, correct?
Yeah.
Avasthita, like okay, it is avasthai or situated or like we are getting
In a
somehow
situation.
yeah situation, and somehow like we are passing that moment, okay, that is what being mentioned by me in my unmanifested form, who by me Krishna says, okay, in my unmanifested form the entire universe is pervaded, which is what like okay, the whole universe, how it is getting formed, that 24 elements, correct, that primary five Bhumi, Rapu, Anala, Vayu, like all those things, it is the whole material world is pervaded with Krishna's universal form, unmanifested form. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Okay. All beings, we all are inside Krishna, but what Krishna says, but I am not in them, it doesn't mean that Krishna is not present in our this one. Krishna is present in us as a Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. But here he is saying, but I am not in them, in the meaning, if they do not perform devotion service, I am not been visible to them. If they do remember, then we can remember Krishna. We can analyze or like understand Krishna. That is what been mentioned here. Okay. Maya tadam idam sarvam. So all these things, this whole thing pervaded by Krishna. This entire universe is pervaded in my unmanifested form. All beings are in me. Everyone is like inside Krishna, but I am not in them. I am not in them in the meaning, if they didn't understand, then I am not in them. If they understood me as a Paramatma, then I am in every one of us. Okay? Understood? Maya tadam idam sarvam Jagat avyakta murtinaga. Jagat, it is like a whole entire universe. It is not only Dubai, or it is not only like, okay, Delhi or Mumbai or Chennai. It is everything, like a entire thing is pervaded. Whatever moving things, unmoving things you are seeing in this world, everything is like a created by the Lord. That is the reason Krishna being called as a Bhagavan, and Krishna is the only controller. Krishna is the only supreme master. Everyone else comes under him. Anyone has any doubt?
No, Prabhu. Very important to.
Yeah. So the next sloka. Nachamatstani bhutani pashya me yogamayshvaram bhutabran nacha bhutosto mama mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. So here he is saying, and yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Okay. So even he creates the entire cosmic universe, like the entire this material world, still it does not rest in me. Krishna says, okay, it does not part of me. Behold my mystic opulence, although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation, which is this temporary world. Okay. For myself is the very source of creation. It all came from Krishna, but Krishna himself doesn't present actively in this cosmic manifestation. Krishna comes to this material world only to do the pastimes, like he performed in Vrindavan, Mathura, Gokul, and Dwaraka, okay, to get all the devotees back to the spiritual world. So he's saying, like, this material world, though it is created by me, though it is my energy, I still doesn't have that much attachment to this world, because this is anyway dukhalayam ashashvatam. It is temporary, and everyone has to get out from this and go back to the spiritual world. This is what Krishna says. That is the reason he is saying, I am not part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of the creation. Okay, Hare Krishna. So 9.6 we will see. Yatakshaka sito nityam vayuku sarvatra go mahan tata sarvani bhutani matsani upadaraya. Understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all created beings rest in me. So Krishna says, all created beings rest in me as the wind, mighty wind blows everywhere. So everything is the part of the Krishna's energy. So why he is saying all these things? Because every day we have to understand, okay, nothing belongs to me. Only this devotional service, whatever I do, only belongs to me, and everything else is Krishna. That is what we have to understand. We have to practice it. But how many times we are practicing that? How many times we are able to understand that? Hardly, correct? Only very minimal time we are understanding that.
Hare Krishna, your voice is gone, Prabhu.
What,
Hare
Maji?
Krishna,
Huh?
your voice.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, how many times we are understanding? Hardly, correct? We are not understanding like too much. We are understanding only very limited time, but we have to understand all the time, all these things. That is the reason Krishna is teaching this Bhagavad Gita, and we have to read this Bhagavad Gita every day, every moment.
Yeah,
It is not only taught to
gratitude.
Arjuna, it is taught for every one of us.
Yeah, we don't have the gratitude. You're right. We think
Yeah, correct.
this is me, because of me, this is, everything is working. But
Yeah,
that's not true.
yeah, you very
Morning,
nicely
if Krishna
said.
does not want, in morning we cannot even get up.
Exactly. Yeah, you very nicely said. We don't have the gratitude. How we can repay to Krishna? We can never repay. But what we can do to Krishna by showing the gratitude, by following his instruction, by reading this confidential knowledge with this king of education all the time. That is what we have to do. By showing that, like we can show some gratitude to Krishna. Okay. So now we will go to the slide. I think it will get disconnected. Please rejoin. We'll quickly conclude whatever we've seen till now. So till 9.6 we will close. So like I mentioned, like a Raja Vidya, Raja Gugyam. Yes, Maji?
Will we sign out?
No, it will get closed and like a please rejoin. So this confidence recording. Yeah. So this is what we have seen, like it is confidential, more confidential, most confidential. Then the devotion service is nothing but like this 9 pros of devotion service. Then I said to Arjuna, because like Arjuna is non-envious, and this is a further glorification of the most confidential knowledge, because it is Raja Vidya, Raja Gugyam, Pavitram, Uttamam. Then it removes our avidya. This we have seen. Okay, direct perception for the self-realization. Then blissful, it has to be blissful, it has avyayam, eternally everlasting, and it is a perfection of the religion. And the third one is one who doesn't know, like doesn't perform this service, devotion service. What is the what they will receive? One is they will never go back to Godhead, they will never receive Krishna. Okay, the second thing is they will be in this material world all the time. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, like a birth cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. Okay, so because they don't have the faith in doing the devotion service, that is what the faithless person will get. So we have seen like a watering the root of a tree. If we water the root, all the branches and like a leaves, every twigs, like everything will get the required energy. As how we are feeding the stomach, like all the parts of the body gets the energy. The similar manner, if we do devotion service to Krishna, then every other demigod and all the things like by doing the devotional service, all the other things like we'll achieve by studying the Vedic literature, um, giving the austerity, doing charity, sacrifices, then performing yajna, everything will be covered by just doing the devotional service. The next 4 to 10, Krishna is talking about Aishwarya Jnana, Krishna's Achintya Beda relationship with the material world. Okay, that is what he's talking about. So, Achintya Beda means like he is there, but he is not there. That is what the Achintya Beda relationship. So, in the whole material world created by Krishna, we all are in Krishna, but Krishna is not there. Not there means like if you don't realize Krishna, he is not there. Otherwise, he is there. So, that is what he is talking about, this Achintya Beda relationship with the material world. Okay, in that, the fourth sloka, he is talking all pervading aspects of Lord described. He is all pervading. How he is all pervading? Okay, Krishna is all pervading because he is the owner of the entire universe. He is how he is pervading. He is pervading in the unmanifested form. Then Lord is unmanifest to material senses, but can be perceived only by the one the senses are purified. See, whatever puja we are doing, okay, the deity worship or sankirtan we are doing, only a devotee can understand. Others will say, what is this, like in this modern century, modern life, like what they are doing. So they will ridicule, they will comment about it. But in reality, it is not the case because Krishna is present in everywhere as his unmanifested form. Then all beings are in me. Like okay, everyone, we all are inside Krishna, but I am not in them. This implies that the Lord, by all pervasiveness, like does not lose his personal existence. Though Krishna came to this material world, he is not a normal human being. He is same Lord as he was in Vaikuntha, or as he was in the Goloka. He is in Goloka. So he doesn't lose his personal existence. Okay. Then
Even though he spread throughout our
refutes like a though Lord is all pervading, he has lost his personal existence. Like a that this theory been refuted by he not presenting here, or he is not present as a normal human being. He is present as a like a universal God only. Okay. Uh, there is an analogy like how king heads the government and present in all the department by his energy. A king doesn't need to present or like a physically present in all the department. They will assume okay, king is already a member of this particular group. He don't need to physically present. The similar manner, Krishna doesn't need to physically present because everything in this world is belonging to Krishna and he is the owner of it. That we have to understand. Yeah. Hope everyone understood this, like a all pervading aspect of Lord described. One is Lord is like a pervades entire universe, and how he is pervading in the unmanifested form. All beings are in me. We all are like in the inside Krishna. I am not in them. Means okay. One second. I am not in them means okay. Krishna doesn't need to physically present. He is pervading everywhere. Like okay, so, and he is not present as a normal human being. He is present as with his godly form only, like in the uh, Shama Sundara form. That is what been mentioned here. Okay. The next sloka, the most confidential knowledge, living entities do not rest upon Krishna. Everything that is created does not rest in me. What does it mean? He is not having attachment to this material world, though it is coming from Krishna. Okay. Then this is what the inconceivable mystic opulence of the Lord, because we could not able to understand. Correct? Lord creates everything, but he is not having attachment. If we prepare any one item, boha item, we will say, okay, I created this, I prepared this. This art is like a created by me or drawn by me, okay, designed by me. We will just like okay, we will give so much importance to our creations, correct? But Lord, he see here, Krishna creates a whole material cosmic manifestation, but he's saying like I am not in them. I am not having attachment to that particular thing. This is how he is exhibiting which opulence in the Forbes, in which opulence he is exhibiting in the Bhagavan aspect of it.
renunciation.
Yeah.
Renunciation.
Yeah, correct, Madhuji. Renunciation, correct. How the Lord of the universe coming as a chariot driver because of friendship to Arjuna. How great Krishna is, correct? The similar manner, the whole material manifestation created by Krishna, but he's saying, I am aloof, like, okay, I am not having any attachment to that. I am not in them. That is what, like Krishna says, by exhibiting his renunciation characteristic of it. How he is aloof? Examples, inconceivable opulences. Planetary systems, like everything floating in the space by the will of the Lord, but he is not in them. Because the whole thing is in Krishna only, but he is not having attachment. He is not having so much importance to that particular manifestation, because this material manifestation is temporary. It is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. And why Lord created this material manifestation? Because we want to enjoy separately, independently from the Lord. For that reason, he created this temporary material manifestation. But rather than understanding and going back to Godhead, what we are doing, we are getting entangled in this Lord by having more desire, more wants, etc., etc., and we are getting like this cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. Okay, Avyayam, which we already seen, it is eternally everlasting. Like Krishna's energies are eternally everlasting. The sixth sloka, Lord gives an analogy of the sky and wind. How the wind flows like throughout the sky. Lord is present in everywhere, though he is in unmanifested form. So Krishna gives you analogy for Yogam Aishwaryam, analogy of the sky and the wind. Correct? Sky is the biggest manifestation to conceive, because we can't see like where is the start of the sky and the end of the sky, because it is the biggest manifestation. In that sky, wind is the biggest to conceive, because wind flows very very fast, correct, from one end. We can never catch wind, correct. Wind is great and influences all the movements, but wind is never beyond the sky. So wind is inside the sky, and it is never beyond the sky. It is always subordinate to the sky. The similar manner, Lord creates the whole universe, and we are part and parcel of that universe, and we can never go beyond Lord, which we all know, correct? So that is what been mentioned in this analogy. Lord is aloof and unaffected, just like the sky is aloof and not affected by the movements of the wind. So consider the sky as a Lord and the wind as all of us. Whatever we do, we can never cross the Lord. Okay, that is what this meaning of this analogy. Okay. Other examples of Lord Supreme will as the ultimate control over wonderful material manifestation. So he controls, he creates, he maintains, he destroys the whole material manifestation, but he is not having any attachment towards it. Okay. Hare Krishna. I think we are done
Yeah,
for.
Prabhu.
Yeah. This is again like a Krishna's, Brahma's lifetime, and Krishna's like a time taken by the Garbhoda Shai Vishnu by one inhale and exhale. What is the time? The time between one inhale and exhale of Lord Krishna. How much is the time?
Some
Yeah,
342,000,
311 trillion 40 billion years. Just
311 trillion, 40
one
billion. Okay.
inhale, time between one inhale and exhale. Are we able to imagine? We don't have the capacity and the capability to understand that. That is how magnanimous Krishna is. That Krishna is ready to surrender to us or ready to do anything for his devotee. Correct? Like we saw in Amrish Maharaj Charitra, Rajamala Charitra, Lord is ready to do anything for the devotee, but devotees keep ignoring the Lord or giving less importance to the Lord. That has to be changed. That has to be like, okay, uh, modified in our thought process, in our execution process. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
With that, we will end today's session. Yeah. Yes, Maji. Any questions?
No, Prabhu. It's like wind example was very good, that analogy.
Yeah.
That wind is not in anybody's hand. It goes freely, but again, this is in the control of Lord, within the Lord itself. I like that.
But
Same
we
with
can't
us.
leave everything to Lord. We have to make an attempt. We can put our effort. We have to put our effort. As in the Damodar Leela, what is the representation of the two-finger shot? One is,
Yeah, the efforts and the Krishna's mercy.
yeah, when we do the effort, Krishna will give that mercy. Okay, he will,
Reciprocate
yeah, he will obviously reciprocate it if you are doing it for the purpose of the devotional service.
for the pleasure of Lord. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, comments, feedback?
Hmm. No, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, Maji. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare.
Srimad
Hare
Bhagavad
Krishna.
Gita ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Jai.
Maji. Hare
Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada
Thanks.
ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Thanks a
Have a,
lot, Prabhu. Thanks,
yeah,
Listen
have a
Prabhu.
wonderful weekend ahead and a week
Yeah,
ahead, like
thank you
by
for the
thinking
start.
Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, yeah. May we all keep Krishna, keep giving the gratitude. That's most important.
Yeah, correct, Maji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Haribol, with all your permission, let me stop the recording and end the session.